It's Jason here from drpremed.com. I want to talk to you today about some test taking skills whenever you're taking either MCAT, classroom tests, or even some of your board exams, some of the things that you need to be aware of so you can excel on a test, because I know you're putting a lot of time and effort really hitting the books hard, doing a lot of review, but then sometimes you feel as though you get into the test and it's not what you expected and you're kind of confused about what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So one of the things I want to kind of give you some insight in how the test writers go about making their exams. They know the primary resources that you're using to study from, and so their job obviously is to make the test hard. So they're not going to use questions that come directly from your resources. They want you to think and they want you to know concepts and be able to apply those to situations and problems that you've never seen before. And so what they're going to do to make the test harder for you as a student is they're going to use words and phrases and concepts that you haven't heard before. That's going to throw you off your game and you're going to just be like, I don't even know what this person's talking about. I've never seen this question before. I have no clue what's going on. So you just have to be aware of that. To detect going into your exam, the test writer has more knowledge than you and is going to draw upon more resources than you. So what you need to do is you can't get frustrated. You can't just get disgruntled or angry at the test writer that it's unfair, they're not making it easy for you. What you need to do is go ahead and focus on the words, the concepts, and topics that you do know that are within the question. So that's the main point that I want to tell you about these questions that you're going to see when it seems like it's coming out of left field and you have no clue what's going on, is to balance yourself, get centered, and return to the facts and data that you do know that's in the question. Sometimes I'll just simply use another scientific word for something that you don't see in your textbooks. That's to confuse you, to make the test harder so you can't fall into that trap where you're just like clueless. You need to go forward and get as many points as possible on a test. So how you're going to do that is, okay, you don't know this word, but then later on in the vignette you see something else that you do know. Okay, so focus on that. Then you see something else that you do know. Make those connections between the facts that you know and put it together, and that should really help you with your test score as you're going through your exams, to really just focus on things that you do know, because the other stuff that you don't know, they're just distractors to throw you off your game, and you don't want to have that happen to you. And that's why a lot of students don't fare so well in exams, because they're spending so much time like, oh my goodness, the test writer put this in there. I don't even know what that word means. How am I going to answer this question? No, don't do that. Don't let that happen to you. Focus on what you do know and use everything that you can to answer the question. Even if you don't know that last 20% of material or data or facts in the question, you still have 80% of knowledge base that you can draw upon to answer that question. So go forth, use that, and that should get you some good points moving forward on your exam, especially preparing for the MCAT or even some of your classroom exams. Just know that one of the things that test writers do to you is to make it difficult by using words that you haven't seen before. And again, this is Jason from drpremed.com, wishing you all the best as you prepare for your exams.